Good morning, friends. So now we are going to study cost, volume, profit analysis. So this is the part where we learn how change in volume would affect profit. Okay, so now here we are considering the price of product and number of units sold. So between the relation of these two quantities will decide what is the driving factor of cost and volume and profit. So the first learning point, the cost. There are two types of costs: fixed cost and variable cost. So the fixed costs are those that are incurred while setting up a business. For example, we have produced land, we have produced machinery, so that is the fixed cost. That does not depend on the number of unit we are going to produce. Whereas there is something called variable cost. So variable cost depends on the number of unit that we are producing. It is that cost that actually goes into the unit that we are producing. Okay, so what is break even analysis? Break even analysis is that point where your revenue is equal to your total cost. So we are incurring a fixed cost as well as we are incurring a variable cost. So at at what unit of sales, at what number of units of sales is your fixed cost equal to your revenue. So the revenue is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. So the breakup is selling price into number of units is equal to fixed cost plus cost price of unit into number of units. So that's the variable cost. Yeah, it's very easy. We'll explain it with an example beyond. So and special consideration. This is we are considering operating income, so we are not considering interest because it's in the long term. The second, there is no change in inventory. Everything produced is everything sold, so there is no discrepancies. One example given: the variable cost is 5, the expected sales is 10,000 units, the fixed cost is 5 lakhs, the allocated cost is 50,000. It is also a kind of a fixed cost. So what should be the selling price of for break even? So total revenue is equal to total expense. Revenue will be equal to selling price into number of units is equal to fixed cost, that is 5 lakhs plus 50,000, plus the variable cost. So that is 5 into number of unit expected sales. So by solving this we get the selling price. Now some terminologies. What is contribution margin? As we said, the variable cost goes into the manufacturing of that product. So it is that cost that will contribute to the fixed cost. So that is selling price minus variable cost. So it contributes to the fixed cost. What is contribution margin? It is the ratio of contribution margin upon selling price. Margin of safety, it is the difference between expected sales minus break even sales. So that is the safety margin that we are keeping in sales. So, degree of operating leverage. This is an interesting term. What is this? So, it gives the relative change in operating income with respect to change in volume. For example, if my variable cost is very high, then for a single product I am selling, the variable cost is high, so a large amount of cost goes into the making of that product. So I don't get a large amount of money to contribute to my fixed income. So here my degree of operating leverage is very low. Whereas if my variable cost is less, so I get large amount of money to fund my fixed cost. So that's why my degree of operating leverage is more. So with less VC, that's variable cost, my DOL is higher, and with high FC, my DOL is low. So VC and FC are inversely proportional. So this is an example. Just go through it, and answers are given at the back. Yeah. So the concept of relevant cost. What is relevant cost? We have to make a decision. We are it's decision time. We are now. We have to make a decision to go on with the existing stuff or to buy this product. So now we have to consider different costs so that we know should we make that decision or not. So one cost is sunk cost. Sunk cost has occurred in the past. We don't have to worry about it. It's irrelevant. Now, to achieve that goal, some amount of money we have to pay. So that's incremental cost. The cost that is going out of our pocket to achieve that goal is out of pocket cost. And we might have a different option rather than this. So what amount of profit you would have incurred if we had used this option is called opportunity cost. What is differential cost? Differential cost is the cost between two alternative decisions. So if we are making two decisions, what is the differential cost between them? So it's called differential cost. This is another example. Just go through it, and the answers are given at the back.